Another interesting information that you can use also when you'll get more experience in the game is to use these buttons here located on top of the unit panel, where you can give special orders to your unit. Special orders can be things like construction of a depot, which will help supply, or even dismantling units if they are too weak or too dangerous, you can destroy them. You have the possibility also, in some case, to recombine units. And some of the most interesting orders are those listed related to movement and fighting. For example, you can select to force march, which will allow you to go faster, but at the risk of losing troops. Or you can use, which is important, synchronized movements, which allow you different stacks to move at the same pace and at the same time. Or you can also have, which is very useful for cavalry in reconnaissance, evade combat order, which will tell the cavalry not to look for battle. These kind of orders are available for all kind of units. For example, here, this depot can move anywhere. Another interesting thing is that the game handles naval units. Here I have shipping units, transports that can be used to carry troops or supplies. And for example, it might be interesting for me to load units onto ships. You can use the tab system to mix two stabs together, and then you see that the troops and units are loaded onto the ships. What you can see is to get the transport capacity of your stack, which is indicated in the tooltip. I have a transport capacity of 124, and I use 40 of each of the supplies here. Use up 40 of my transport. It's also as easy to embark or disembark. The only reservation I have here is that I am in a port, as you can see here, so it's much faster. But if you make an amphibious landing that is on the coastline without a port, it will use up between 5 and 10 days. You can also move your fleet units at sea the same way you move land units. Of course, here I am locked, so I can't do that. So let's reload. I will use that later. As I mentioned, the lock things prevent me to move, so I can give any kind of orders. They are not just implemented. So that's about everything you need to know about movement. Before enacting the movement itself, we will go to other factors. One last point, which is interesting when you have a large scenario with a lot of units, is to use the army shortcut. You will see between 1 and 6, 7 or more of these shortcuts. The main interest is that it will center the map directly where this big stack is. It's very important when you have a large conflict all over Europe to be able to quickly reach one army or the other, and it shows the picture of the top commander in the army, so it's easy for you to jump back and forth. You can use also, of course, the minimap to quickly go from Spain to Britain or back to Italy, but this goes fast also. Side note, here you see the fortress and the different cities with protections. When there is a little square here, it gives you access to the garrison here, so you can see if the fortress is usually well defended. Most cities with fortresses are defended in this game, and the AI will probably generate troops to defend fortresses that have no defense. When the square is brown, it's a land unit. You can see here Trieste has a large garrison, and you can see a blue square shows a fleet inside the port. This happens only in ports which are served by these anchors. So here we are.